is privileged to recognize those individuals who have enriched and advanced the quality of life for the citizens of St. Augustine and St. Johns County. We honor these men and women here tonight. So, in no particular order, no, really, there is no particular order. And we have a large class of inductees this evening here with us. I would like to ask that the royal family please rise. And if we could have Ms. Cora Tyson please come forward.
Here, here.
Ms. Cora Tyson, who resides, well, actually, Ms. Tyson, you'll be on that side of the kneeler. And if I could ask yes, okay, our El Capitan, if you could go and assist Ms. Tyson and kneeling and rising. I would like to share with you just a little bit of information that I happen to know about Ms. Cora Tyson herself. She is a resident of St. Augustine and resides over on Wood Street. For those of you who don't already know who this wonderful lady is, she's an excellent cook. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Everyone in the choir is familiar with that. But for those of you who do not know her, this brave woman hosted Dr. Martin Luther King when he was here with us in St. Augustine in the summer of 1964, as he was leading the peaceful marches through the city of St. Augustine. Oftentimes, it was at Ms. Cora Tyson's home that he resided. She prepared his meals for him, although I've read oftentimes he was so busy he didn't have time to eat. But you would prepare for him no less than 3 pitchers of iced tea every morning, and by the end of the day, he consumed all 3 pitchers. He loved your iced tea. But untold bravery for what you did for this community, for the people of St. Augustine, and you've been so involved all these years since with the Accord and with the African Museum over in Lincolnville. Is that true? Yeah. So it is now my privilege to ask that Queen Mariana use the sword of young King Carlos and properly knight Ms. Cora Tyson of St. Augustine, Florida, as the knight to the Royal Court of the Easter Week Committee of St. Augustine for the year of 2017. Thank you for your service to the community, Ms. Cora Tyson. We have, if the princess could present her with some flowers as well. Easter lilies, we thought that was appropriate. Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Tyson, for all you've done all of these years here in St. Augustine. Thank you. And now, in no particular order, remember. Mr. Otis Mason. We've got Mr. Mason come forward. This is a name familiar to many of the locals here in St. Augustine, as there is an elementary school named for Mr. Otis Mason, former school board superintendent here in St. Johns County. Now, there are a long list of accolades, of course, for Mr. Otis Mason, a member of the Alpha Phi fraternity, is that true? He is part of the Welfare Federation of St. Johns County, Buckingham Smith Association, a FAMU Hall of Fame member.
Here, here.
Yeah. We'll see more of FAMU in just a moment. Former superintendent of schools of St. Augustine Catalinas alumni and Association Hall of Fame. The Red Cost Award he has received, as well as the Gus Craig Award and the St. Augustine Obelisk Award, which has been given seldom here in St. Augustine. You were one of the few recipients. So Mr. Otis Mason, It is with great pleasure that we ask you to be inducted as a knight by the Easter Week Festival of St. Augustine here in the year 2017. Yes. Now, a small token of our appreciation from our young king. I must share with you one quote that I read when researching Mr. Otis Mason. One of his mottos is always reach back, meaning help the others along their way, along their path in life. Thank you, Mr. Otis Mason, for all you've done for St. Johns County, particularly for the children in this community over the years. Now, Miss Jessica Clark, a familiar face to many in this crowd, no doubt. Miss Jessica Clark, you may know, is a correspondent for First Coast News, and we're proud to say is a newly arrived resident of St. Augustine, St. Johns County, with a home in Lincolnville, which managed to survive Hurricane Matthew, yes. We're so honored to have Jessica with us. And as many of you know, she has done so much. We're so indebted to Jessica Clark for the coverage that we received, not only with our help after the horrible, horrible devastation of Hurricane Matthew, but before that. Recently, Jessica received an Emmy for her coverage of the 450th celebration for the city of St. Augustine, and it wasn't her first. She covers this area, not only St. John's, but Putnam County as well, and Clay, is that true? And reports and anchors the evening news in Jacksonville, and we are so proud to be able to call her a friend of the St. Augustine Easter Week Committee. And it is for that reason that we've chosen to honor her tonight. And Jessica, if you would like to kneel. And thus Queen Mariana will knight you. And again, a token, small token of our affection. And I believe the young king has something for you as well. Thank you for your service to our community. We're deeply indebted to you. Well, last but not least, we're doing something a little out of the norm. We're actually going to knight this evening a couple. If I could ask Mr. and Mrs. Michael and Teresa Uzina to come forward.
Here.
Uzina is a name well known in this community. They are, of course, descendants of some of those surviving indentured servants who arrived here in St. Augustine in 1777. And they have strived valiantly to preserve the heritage of our ancestors here. Michael is particularly well known throughout the state now as part of an apprentice program, I understand, that's statewide to preserve the net making. As our own ancestors created these nets so that they might sustain themselves to catch the mullet out on the beaches, so that they might avoid starvation. Quite literally, that was part of the life history of our ancestors. And at his side, every step of the way, his dear wife, Teresa, who travels with him and in her own special way tries to preserve the heritage, the recipes, some of the customs of the Menorcan people here in St. Johns County to this day. It might surprise some people to learn that as many as 1 in 10 people in St. Johns County, it is estimated, are direct descendants of one of the survivors of those indentured servants who fled to the plantation in the New Smyrna area and came here to St. Augustine in 1777. So it is for that reason their service not only to the community but also to their church, Corpus Christi, that you were nominated and you are here with us this evening. So if you would please kneel. This is our small way of honoring all of your service for these many, many years in the city of St. Augustine. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Uzina for your service, and may you continue to enjoy a long life, health, and be part of this wonderful community that we share. Thank you so much. Oh, we do have something for the gentleman as well. The lady and the gentleman each received something this time. Yes. It's unusual to induct a couple. And now, please, we return the sword to our young king. And I would like to share something else about this very small but hard-working committee. This is not the last, obviously, of our celebrations this week. We're yet to come to the parade. Easter Sunday, April the 16th. We begin our festivities directly across the street in the Plaza de la Constitución. There in the gazebo at 12:30, we will host a promenade. Yes, you get to come and strut your stuff. If you have a particularly ornate Easter hat, you might want to enter that category. If you have a really cute little girl or boy, you could enter them as well. If you like to dress up your dog or your cat, we even have a pet category. The theme behind the whole thing is to get the community out and a reason to participate in Easter celebrations here in St. Augustine. And we do have little prizes for everyone. There is no entry fee. We invite everyone to come and participate. It will be immediately followed by our annual Easter parade, which starts near the old jail down San Marco Avenue. We will come down Avenida Menendez, past the fort, and here to Cathedral Place. We'll turn here on Cordova and then go back to the Visitors Information Center where the parade disbands. I cannot tell you how excited we are this year to have FAMU marching band coming over from Tallahassee as our featured entertainers in our annual Easter parade. It's probably one of the biggest things we've attempted in many, many years. And I would be negligent if I didn't explain that we do have two parade marshals. Dave Chatterton is actually, this way Dave, come here. Yeah. Dave Chatterton, who